Women weaken you while men strengthen you. And this is why it is imperative, okay? Imperative that you spend time around men, preferably strong men, role models, mentors, okay? Guys who can help you sharpen your blades, so to speak. Guys who can help you become stronger, a better version of yourself. Guys who can educate you, okay? Make you bigger, badder, faster, stronger in the world. It is imperative that you have men in your life, even if you're in a dating relationship or an LTR, and especially a marriage, right? Because a lot of guys who get in these relationships with these chicks, not all, but a whole lot I've seen, just like they end up making their chick their entire world. They cut off their guy friends, they cut off family members, and then they enter this codependent relationship with a girl where it's just him and her, and the only person he's spending his time with, like literally 24/7, 365 days a year, is this chick. And the more time he spends with her, the more feminized he becomes, the softer he becomes, the weaker he becomes, the more distracted off of his path and purpose he becomes, the more self-destructive he becomes. This is a strong tendency with guys who have no life outside of their woman. Okay? When you have no men in your life, you have no men to balance that, no men to strengthen you, you just become weaker. Okay, this is why you need men in your life. And I've had friends like this. I've had family members who just were like in these codependent relationships. I've been in these before. Like when I was younger, I learned from those, right? That was the time where I lost everything. Like I literally just became weaker and weaker and weaker because I was constantly just surrounded and spending all my time with a female. With a woman. I mean, I cared about the girl. I loved her at the time, but still, I mean, it's just not healthy, right? It's especially being a man. You need to be surrounded by other men. You need to have other men in your life. And it really kind of just irks me these days because everything in society is so feminized. Everything is so betatized. Everything is about empowering the feminine, empowering the female, giving more power, giving more resources to make them more powerful. You know, it's like everything's like female, 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 and there's nothing focusing on the masculine. Okay? There's nothing focusing on the masculine because, as they say, I think it's, how's the saying go? Iron sharpens iron. You need men in your life, guys. You need men in your life. Because at the end of the day, remember that. Women tend to weaken you while men tend to strengthen you. It doesn't mean that your woman's going to like destroy you, right? It just means that women tend to weaken us. They make us softer. They make us weaker. We get distracted, right? You notice every guy who gets into a relationship, he kind of like loses his edge almost. You notice that? This has probably happened to you too. You get in a relationship with a girl that you really like, okay, because this doesn't happen with girls that you don't care about, right? Girls that you're just like have the hots for and you're not really into her. Doesn't happen with them. This happens with the girls that you really, really are into. Usually the girls that we enter into these LTRs with, right? A badass chick that we really like, right? We really like this girl. You know, she's usually at our level or maybe even a little bit above that where we're really into the girl. Right? We don't want to just have sex with her. We want to be in a relationship with a girl. These are the chicks you have to watch out for because these are the chicks that will weaken you if you let them. You know, and if you let them weaken you, guess what? They're going to be out the door anyway. They're just going to drop your ass when they realize you're a weak ass. You can't stand up for yourself. You cannot hold your masculine frame in a long-term relationship. Sure, you could do it short-term. Plenty of guys can hold a masculine frame short-term. Very few could do it long-term. Okay, takes a little bit more skill, takes a little bit more effort, takes a little bit more groundedness, centeredness, and knowing yourself. If you want to keep your mojo and your testosterone levels up, you must keep moving in life. You must keep exploring in life, going on these adventures. Okay, challenging yourself, pushing yourself. You can never let yourself get too comfortable. And that's what tends to happen when you get into these relationships. right? You tend to let yourself go. Sometimes you gain weight, okay? That's a sure sign of it right there. Other times you just start slacking, right? You start just not giving as much effort as you did before. One thing that I love as a competitor, as an entrepreneur, is I love when I see my competition get into a new relationship. I love it, especially when it's somebody who's above me and I see them kind of meet somebody. I love for these guys to meet a girl that they really like. You know why? Because I know they're going to get soft and I know they're going to lose their edge and I'm going to keep my edge. And once I see these guys jump in a relationship and they start taking their foot off the gas, I put my foot on the gas. I put the pedal to the metal and I just fly right by them. And they don't even notice it because they're so busy with their girl. So busy with their girl. Unfortunately, I've been in enough of these relationships and I've made that mistake to the point where I don't make them anymore. This does not mean that I don't allow myself to enjoy spending time with a female, a woman, or a girl in my dating rotation. Doesn't mean that I deprive myself of that, because I don't. Because I know life is short and I want to enjoy life. And I want to enjoy the women that I meet, that I bring into my life, that I choose to invest my time with. Because, cold approach is like, it takes effort, man. It takes effort. And especially meeting a cool girl you really like, that you want to spend time with, that shit takes effort. And so I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Like, I walked up to this complete stranger. It was intimidating. I got her, put a little work into it. Now she's into me. She's mine. And we're dating. I want to enjoy her. But at the same time, part of my responsibility in that relationship, beyond just enjoying her and allowing myself to enjoy life, part of my relationship also is to myself. To make sure that, not even just to myself, but to the masculinity inside of me. Not only hone it, but keep it alive. Keep the spirit of it alive by, again, constantly moving. Okay, you can never stop moving in life. Not allowing myself to stagnate. Constantly staying alert in life. Constantly pushing myself, challenging myself. For example, I'll go to Vegas a lot, right? I love just going to Vegas. It's a good getaway. I love shooting out there. So a lot of times I will shoot out there, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I should take my girl with me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I should take my wing with me, but I choose to go on my own a lot, right? And then after I'm done doing my work, after I'm done getting my shit done, that's when I'll hop on my phone and I'll be like, hey, go ahead, fly out. I'm ready for you, right? And then I spend time with them. But I make sure I get my work done first. I make sure that I hit it hard first. And even when they get there, I still do some work, right? But I make sure I take care of business first before I allow myself to just kind of fizzle off and enjoy. Because that's part of having discipline. You have to have discipline, right? And the guys who get into these relationships with these chicks, these LTRs, marriages, what have you, even just basic dating relationships where they let themselves go, they make it all about the chick, they don't have discipline. They lose that, right? They lose that. They don't respect themselves anymore. They don't respect their masculinity anymore. They just kind of let it fall by the wayside, right? Because, again, women weaken you and men strengthen you. And we get enough femininity, guys. Anytime you turn on your television set, anytime you go watch a movie, anytime you watch an advertisement, that shit is plastered with feminism. That shit is plastered with the feminine, period. Meant to do what? Meant to feminize you. Meant to demasculate you. Meant to weaken you. Okay? You think society wants stronger men out there? Absolutely not, right? They want stronger women and weaker men. That's what society really wants. Back in the day, you would surround yourself with your uncles and your, the manly men in your family. Whereas these days, they could be mentors you follow on YouTube. Might be somebody like me. I just constantly be in your ear. You might be playing my videos in your living room or in your car while you're at the gym, and I'm constantly in your ear, right? Da, da, da. Do this, do that. Boom, boom, boom. Don't let yourself go. Keep crushing. Keep grinding. So I'm constantly in your ear, trying to strengthen you. Whereas your woman, she ain't trying to strengthen you. She's like, oh, baby, you don't need to go to the gym. You look great. You're already in great shape. You don't need to go to the gym. Come with me. I want to get a pizza. Oh, I'm craving nachos today. Let's just have nachos. Don't go to the gym. Just go have nachos with me. Like, oh, you're supposed to work on your business later? Can't we just watch a movie? I want to watch this movie. It's a chick flick. What about an action film? No, let's watch a chick flick. Let's watch Titanic. Okay, you could choose between Titanic and The Notebook. Which one you want to watch? Right? So she's constantly going to try and weaken you. She's going to constantly try to distract you. This is your test as a man, right? This is your test in the relationship. This is basically her shit test to you to see if you will either comply or you will not comply. And you'll be like, nope, sorry, I got this to do. I can't do it. That is something that I got really good at over the years. And a lot of it just came from experience, from trial and error. Because back in the day, I would like give everything up to hang out with my girl. I'm like, oh, she's so hot. She smells so good. I just want to like cuddle with her in bed. Yeah, screw it. I'll take care of it tomorrow. And then, of course, tomorrow would never come, right? I would just spend all my time with the girl. And, of course, like the girl would lose interest after, you know, like very quickly because she sees that shit. She's got you, you know, wrapped around her finger. It's like you comply with everything she does. You have no respect for yourself, your own goals, your own aspirations. You just push everything aside for her. And even though she, like in the short term, she loves that. She's like, oh my God, look, my vagina must be made of gold. Look at this guy does everything for me. That gets old really quick in her head, right? It gets old. And when it gets old in her head, that translates in her mind as boring. Shit, this guy's boring. He's so predictable. I just tell him to do this, and like a dog, he'll just go do it, right? But instead, when you exercise your masculinity and you're like, hey girl, I would love to, but you know what? Got to work on my business tonight. Can't do it. Or you know what? Hey, I'd love to tonight, but I haven't been spending enough time with my dogs. I'm going to take out Cash and Gizmo. And I've even had some of these girls like, oh, I could come with you do that. I'm like, I kind of just want to spend time with them by myself, which is true. I'm like, I kind of like taking them out on my own. I don't like anybody around. It's just, I like me and my dogs. It's just kind of it's like therapeutic. I like just spending time with us because I'm like, when the chick is there, any girl I'm dating, usually I end up getting in these conversations with them and then I end up not paying attention to my dogs. And I'm like, no, when I take my dogs out, I don't like looking on my phone. I don't listen to music. I just want to focus on them, right? I just want to focus on them and just the joy of like, wow, you know, we're all kind of here not for a very long time. I want to enjoy just seeing them, you know, walk around and pee on trees and, you know, play with each other. And I don't want to be distracted while I'm watching that, you know? So a lot of times I like to go by myself and I would just tell the girl, now I'll see you tomorrow, right? And a lot of times something comes up the following day. It's like, oh shit, had this thing come up with my business. I got to take care of that. I'll try to come over tonight. And if I can't, I'll see you Friday. That's what it's like dating me. I don't put women ahead of my schedule anymore. I put me ahead of my schedule. I mean, really, I have no choice. I have a business to run. I have employees who depend on me. I'm kind of forced to be responsible. But even if I didn't have that, I would do it anyway. Because I feel good being on my own path and purpose. I feel good out there venturing on my own, challenging myself, pushing myself, making things happen. You know, funny I mentioned Vegas because I shoot in Vegas a lot, right? And usually when I go out on the strip, of course I'm going to go out and shoot by myself, right? Especially in the middle of the night, I'm going to grab my camera, shoot by myself. And I've had like one or two haters like, oh, look at this guy out there on the strip by himself. What is he doing? And it's like, if any of these morons actually followed me on social media, I post on my Instagram a lot. My girl is constantly in my room waiting for me at my hotel, like the time she does come out and I'm working. I do have a girl at my place, right? I do have a girl in my hotel room. It's just like, you know, what kind of idiot takes this girl to work? What kind of codependent, weak-ass, spineless jellyfish, like, can't go out to the strip and shoot by himself? He has to take his girl with him. Oh, you gotta bring your girl with you, you know? No, I'm not gonna drag her out there in the cold. But beyond that, I like to work alone. I like to be on my path and purpose alone. When I'm shooting the content for you guys, I feel like this is something I need to do alone. I want to be on my path and purpose alone. Will I feature my girl in some of my coaching videos in the future? I don't know, maybe if I feel like it, but I haven't felt that way. I feel like I like doing this stuff on my own. At best, I like having my dogs with me because I feel like, you know, they complete our journey as men. Then when it's time to spend time with, you know, the girl I'm seeing, then I'll spend time with her and I'll focus on her. But I separate the two. I don't jump into these codependent relationships where I lose myself in it like, you know, so many guys do. You might have been one of these guys. I certainly was in the past. Or you might have a friend who's like this now. Like they just jump in these relationships with the chicks, totally lose themselves. They let the girl change them. They let the girl like pick out his clothes, decide what kind of music and movies he should watch and listen to. You know, decide what friends he should have, what thoughts he should have. I know so many of these weak-ass dudes out there without this type of knowledge in these relationships, totally getting their ass kicked by their woman. Totally in these relationships where their days are numbered. Their woman is just like looking for any reason to jump ship. And she usually does. And it usually starts by her kind of running off with her girlfriends very innocently after work. Gotta go to that little happy hour, and then she'll meet a guy like me there. Guy on his path and purpose. I don't put up with her shit. I don't let her order me around, boss me around. I'm just out doing my own thing. And I'm like, hey, you don't like it, girl? There's the door. If you want to support my path and purpose, then hop on board. But if you want to try to change me, pick out my clothes, tell me who I could be friends with, tell me what kind of music I could listen to, tell me what political beliefs to hold, what values to hold. No, that ain't happening. You're not my jailer. You're not my keeper. You could head out that door and don't let it hit you on the way out. But a lot of guys, they stay in those relationships because they're in scarcity. If you're going to take anything from this coaching lesson, remember this. Women weaken you and men strengthen you. You need to have men in your life. Okay? It can't just be you and your woman. It can't just be you and this girl. Even if you're married to her, you got to have men in your life. Okay, you need men in your life, and you're always going to need men in your life. This is why it's so essential to have a father, right? It's so essential to have a father. I'm already old enough now, and it's like I still go back to see my father. I still like make time, even as busy as I am, I make time to spend time with my dad. I went Lamborghini shopping recently, right? Could have went Lamborghini shopping in LA. No. Went all the way to San Francisco so I could take my dad because I want to spend time with him. I wanted to enjoy that with him. He likes cars too. Like, Dad, let's go look at Lamborghinis. It's like, you going to be here? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're going to come to San Francisco? I'm like, yeah. Okay. And then we went together and it was great, right? It was great. I enjoyed that. I mean, I just enjoy bonding with my father. It's so sad society does not support families having fathers anymore. Sure, they support them having mothers, but they don't support them having fathers. Why do you think society is doing that, by the way? Why do you think the Matrix, the blue pill, is making everything about single mothers and they're not supporting fathers being in the house? They're not supporting couples staying together. Every movie you see, every advertisement you see, it's all about breaking families apart. Okay? It's all about taking the father out of the home. Why are they doing that? Because the more that they can empower the feminine, the more that they can weaken the masculine. Because at the end of the day, what I tell you guys, women weaken you while men strengthen you. We need men. You need men. So, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Do it for the DeLorean. Smash that like button below for the DeLorean. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay? Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm because they're definitely not helping me anymore. I need your help. So subscribe to my channel. Share my videos with your buddies. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, stainless steel pill content, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all over the world are out there approaching and closing every single day, every single week, no matter what type of racial divisions going on in the world, no matter what type of virus is going on in the world. We are out there making things happen 24/7, just living our lives and having fun and taking no prisoners. And I want you to be a part of that. Okay? Life is short. I want you to be part of it. I want you to learn how to do it. And right now, the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons in 7 months to mastery, which is a very, very, very valuable program. I highly recommend you join. It's only $1 for the entire first month of content, so take advantage of it. And it only takes 2 seconds to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.